What's good, YouTube? It's Showtime Matthew here, and today we're reacting to brutally raking Ash Ketchum's gym battles part 2. We reacted to part 3 already, so you're probably wondering why you're doing part 2 now. And the reason for that is, well, nigga, I'm just late. Like I am literally late, and honestly, I just stumbled upon the third video first before I saw anything else, and look at this. I already have like first one like right here. We're probably gonna react to that probably soon. But right now we're just gonna do part 2, which is Jolo region. Yeah, it's Jolo region. All right.
Look at all of Ash's Johto gym battles and
Wait,
rating.
hold on. Alright.
Today we finna look at all of Ash's Johto gym battles and rating them, but with a twist. Last episode, in addition to rating the Kanto battles out of 10, we determined whether the win itself was fair or a little Mickey Mouse, a little fraudulent, and built up our guy Mickey accordingly. This time, I'ma still give my 2 cents, but instead of me giving the final say, give it up for my first ever guest appearance, AI Mickey Mouse, who will be fed the episode details and give us the verdict whether Ash gets a pass or if he should be sentenced to the clubhouse. For example, this is what he had to say about that horrible Sabrina episode from last time.
Oh boy, Ash! Against Sabrina, your Haunter just made her laugh instead of fighting Kadabra head-on. Haha, that doesn't sound like a real win to me. So sorry, pal, but this one's a Mickey Mouse victory. Head to the clubhouse.
Let's get it poppin', starting with... So as Ash and them pull up on Falconer's gym, they get finessed by what may be the worst Team Rocket disguise to date. Like last season we had face paint, we had wigs, we had effort, you feel me? Today, these dudes done put on some glasses and said, shit, we the Pokemon examination crew. Like, who was falling for that?
It sounds pretty official.
Okay, that's who's falling for that. They really hit him with the, let me hold that
Like,
chunky yellow rat of yours. Yeah, definitely defected and ran away. Yeah.
Like, I swear, how did they be getting caught by Team Rocket as much as they do is honestly still amazing to me. It truly is. The way these niggas be actually getting caught, bro. There's no way they should be getting caught like they should be getting caught off guard like this, bro. It's so simple, bro. Like, they don't even try to change their hairstyles, bro. You should already notice this by now, gang. We're on region 2 with this shit. There's no reason for them to be acting like this.
I'm gonna lie, zero sympathy on that one, man. Even as they ran away with the most identifiable haircuts in the show, it wasn't until their big-ass Meowth balloon rose into the sky and the theme started playing until they finally realized. Now, despite being super preventable, this is pretty routine stuff, you know? So I'm like, alright, Ash finna get busy, get into some pop the balloon, and we blessed. Except Team Rocket was ready for Heracross's hungry ass this time and set out a honey distraction. Nah, I ain't gonna lie, it's making a lot of sense. This guy always sucking on them damn honey packs. No wonder he be tripping. Y'all two in the same boat as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, I saw the leaks. So anyways.
Come on, don't put Heracross in the same boat, man. Heracross ain't do nothing, bro. He just likes honey, bro. Like that little freaky little Pokemon right there, bro. That ain't got nothing to do with us, bro. That got nothing to do with my goat, man. All right, he stays away from those shit, bro. Trust me, he's a good, strong Pokemon, bro. I promise you.
Recently to get the rat back, and today's savior was Falconer, who glided in on a paraglider and sent Team Rocket packing. So these two introduced themselves, bonding over both having owned Pidgeots. But Falconer shows he's got a little screw loose when asked if flying types were really his favorite. Yes, obviously flying types are my favorite, because they're literally the best. And people always say electric types have an advantage, and it makes me so mad. Missy chimed in too, like, yeah, I can't stand that shit either. They always think they're better than water types. Y'all sassy as hell for what, knowing damn well Pikachu sitting right there listening,
Like,
but shit, I mean, I guess we gotta find out. Now, what kills me is that Ash sends out his first Pokemon Chikorita, and Falconer goes, don't you know that grass types are literally weak against flying types? You're such a disgrace to Pidgeot owners. Ash is like, bitch, the way you was talking outside, I would've thought you never seen a type chart before. And for once, I'm with him. So
yeah, bro, damn. Hold on, I'm gonna go back to that. But first, Ash really be making some dumbass decisions, right? And we're just being honest. Like, this man will see a fully grown rock ground type, bro. Absolutely have no chances of actually hurting that Pokemon with his Pikachu. And then send out his fucking Pikachu. Like, I understand Pikachu's the GOAT. He's amazing. He has Iron Tail and shit, but first of all, he doesn't have Iron Tail in Gen 2. He don't get Iron Tail till Gen 3. But, yeah, Ash really be doing some dumb shit for real. Like, why are we sending out grass-type Pokemon in a flying-type gym? And then you get surprised that he loses. Like, oh my god, bro. Like, if Ash had, like, more common sense, I promise you, he will win more gym battles. Like it is a matter of common sense with this man. It truly is.
yapping and scrapping, and after some back and forth of vine whips and razor leaves, pegs and tackles, the owl eventually swoops in and knocks out Chikorita in one shot. So Ash realizes that he was pretty much finessed into the tight mismatch and goes with Pikachu for his second. He starts off with agility to up his speed and then makes quick work of Poo Poo with a Thunder Shock and Quick Attack. So Faulkner then sends out Dodrio, that declares,
"Unfortunately for you, none of my opponents have defeated Dodrio."
Unfortunately for you, none of my opponents have ever beaten Dodrio.
Come on, bro, we know that's cap. So now it's time for Pikachu versus Pidgeot, and I'm like, no way he sweeps, right? Well, to be honest, he probably would have. Somehow, as he was sending out a Thunderbolt, the rat ran out of juice. It's like he picks and chooses when to be a legendary and when to be a bum, and who
I know this
no
nigga
way he sweeps, right? Well, to be honest, he probably would have. Somehow, as he was sending out a Thunderbolt, the rat ran out of juice. It's like,
how? He didn't use, like, in the games, right? Pikachu has, like, power, when it comes to, like, these PP PowerPoints, he has, like, 15. Pikachu, he used, like, Thunderbolt, like, 2 times. How is he out of juice already? Like, did he use 5 per turn? Like, how? Man, I swear, like I said, man, these Pokemon games, these Pokemon shows, man, they just be doing shit. They don't care about the plot. They just be writing shit because they can.
He picks and chooses when to be a legendary and when to be a bum. And who was Ash's last Pokemon? I ain't gonna lie, something about this feels like smurfing. It's a new region, bro. I mean, to be fair, Pidgeot did kind of give Charizard the business, temporarily injure his wing. But what's funny about this is as Ash is thinking about what he should do next, Faulkner chimes in like, "Forfeit, a Charizard that can't fly is nothing more than a warm reptilian quipple." I ain't gonna lie, my guy is a weirdo. There's something about him we don't know. So this was enough motivation to get Charizard to fly up, and Faulkner proceeded to spam the same move over and over again. Dodge a Charizard flamethrower with agility to sneak up behind him, then hit him with Quick Attack. Until eventually, Ash clocked the gimmick and instead aimed the flamethrower behind him in anticipation before sending that bird packing with the ultimate finishing move, Seismic Toss. And bada bing, bada boom, that's the badge. So Ash beat him pretty comfortably, I'd say. He beat 2 fully evolved Mons at gym number 1, although he did use his super broken Charizard. But Faulkner really sucked that battle. Not a bad performance, but only mildly impressive. I'm gonna give him a 6.5 out of 10. Now, Mickey, what you think?
Oh yeah. I also kind of hated that he kept some of his Gen 1 Pokemon in Gen 2. He kept a lot of Gen 1 Pokemon in collection of his Gen 2 Pokemon for most of his team. And then when Gen 3 came around, he just left the whole team in. I feel like what they did in Gen 3, where Ash started completely new outside like Pikachu, I wish they did that for Gen 2 as well. Because I really feel like Ash could have had a way better team. Out of the 3-star Pokemon he actually caught, one of them evolved. I'm not counting Cyndaquil because that happened in like fucking Sinnoh. I ain't count that shit. Only one of them evolved. Like, for Relegator, I felt like out of all of them, I really felt like either him or Cyndaquil should have evolved in their final forms. Like, imagine Ash with a Type Explosion or like, a Type Explosion or a Feraligatr. I feel like he could have been cold. Also, hold on, what was even the ace Pokemon of Johto? Like, I feel like the ace was, like, Heracross? Was it Heracross? But, like, Heracross barely got any screen time, so, like, I'm not sure. Maybe it was, like, I don't want to say Snorlax here. He was kind of safe for most of the time, so... Did Johto even have an ace? Like, I'm not counting Charizard for 2 reasons, bro. Charizard already had Kanto. I'm not counting him for Johto, too, so... Did he have an ace? Like, Ash always has an ace for each region, so... Does this count? Does this count? I'm not sure. Yeah. But anyways, I wish Ash, like, did that thing I wish Ash, like, left all his Gen 1 Pokemon, like, at the research lab and just went with Pikachu instead of, like, just bringing in a Gen 2. Like, I feel like Ash's team could have been 10 times better.
Boy, Ash, Pikachu couldn't beat Pidgeot, and you had to rely on Charizard to save the day.
Yeah.
Ha ha! It feels like you just out-muscled Faulkner instead of really earning it. This one's a Mickey Mouse win. Head to the clubhouse.
Say no more, say no more. Now, if Faulkner bugged you, just wait until... Now, you think that Bugsy should be light work for a man with a Charizard, but the writers clocked this too, because I swear to God, they plopped this episode right after he sent that boy for army training at Charcific. So, Ash, your boy gotta get a little more creative. Luckily, he got an equally fiery beast that has subbed in for Charizard. So Cyndaquil first test in this 3v3 was Bugsy Spinnerack, but the man couldn't use fire type moves because, let me make sure I'm reading this right, he was too cold. His Pokeball Canadian or something? So he just wasted like 5 minutes of time
He's a
running
fire
away from
type.
being shots and poison stings or being forced to sub out. Playful ass 1v1. And who does he send out? wouldn't be my choice, but hey, a sweet scent and a tackle was enough for the revenge kill, so whatever works. Next up was Metapod. And I'm thinking, what are we really doing, bro? Chikorita tries Vine Whips and Razor Leaves, but the Metapod just uses Hardy. And after a third attack attempt, the Cuckoo deadass jumped into the air, then slammed into Chikorita with tackle, one-shotting in the process. He lost to a Metapod. Wheezy, type mismatch, nigga. Ass type. I don't give a shit. This is inexcusable. Ash is clearly threatened.
Like, he got one shot by a Metapod. Like, I swear, Chikorita was so mid, bro. I swear.
By this green Piccolo dingaling thing, so he sends out Big Pika, who eventually fries him with Thundershock as he should. But now it's time for Bugsy's final mon, and Ace, who was none other than Scyther. And I ain't gonna lie, that boy was putting the paws on Pikachu, bro. Dodging around with double team, sneaking up behind him, then just fury cutting him till he got KO. A man like me would have thrown in the towel, cause what is the flameless porcupine rat echidna bitch ass punchable anteater gonna do? Yeah, I'm on his ass. I know what he grows into, but to my surprise, his
Oh yeah, I just remember that. Those Pokemon leaked for a fucking while, bro. Like, I feel like we all read it by now. If you don't know what I'm talking about, gang, just look it up. Just look it up, bro. It'll tell you.
He turned on. Now, at first, Bugsy smirked and revealed to us his ultimate defense against fire-type moves. You know, he deal with this on the regular, and that's by spinning around with Swords Dance to repel the fire. But after some minor struggles, Ash came up with this brilliant plan of having Cyndaquil fly up into the air, spin around violently, and then flamethrower from the top down angle, burning Scyther to a crisp. Alright, okay, this one, not a bad performance. Cyndaquil did his thing, lost a mon to a Metapod, but he won legitimately. I'm feeling generous. I'm gonna say 8. Pretty impressive, but Cyndaquil really should have rolled them. Mickey?
Oh boy, Ash! You really held your own against Bugsy, and Cyndaquil battled through the hits to secure that win fair and square. Ha ha! That's not a Mickey Mouse victory, pal. Stay out of the clubhouse.
Now we should all be familiar with Whitney out of Goldenrod City. Matter of fact, I know some of y'all probably lost to her. Not me, of course, but I'm different. And as they rock up to the gym, they find that it is closed. So they decide to explore the city in the meantime, until the little clumsy rat slammed into this Clefairy. After Clefairy cussed out his whole lineage, they find this anonymous pink-haired woman who decides to console Pikachu's boo-boo. And take a look at this nigga.
I bet one of those treatments would work wonders for me.
Brock. Man, my homie Brock was really damn bad for real, bro. Like I respect the shot. Alright. Like, sorry, chat. My throat is fucking dying right now. I respect the shot. Doesn't mean you should take it. Just because the shot is able to be, just because you see the shot does not mean you gotta take the shot, okay? Sometimes, gang, just because you can see it doesn't mean you gotta take it.
I ain't gonna lie though,
all day,
I miss Brock. They don't make sips like him anymore. Everybody wants to be the nonchalant dreadhead who just mews and looks maxes and magically becomes a shorty magnet. Bruh, this is true love. So Whitney begins to tour them around Goldenrod to find stuff to do to kill time, until she hears about Ash's goal to beat the gym. She responds to by offering to open the doors for him, and Ash's misogynistic ass replies with,
Are you the gym's cleaning lady?
y'all lucky I'm a man who believes in forgiveness, cause this man is one at Wheezy Worldwide twit logger away from cancellation, no bullshit. Ironic he said cleaning lady as well, cause somebody definitely got mopped up. First matchup was Nidorina and Cyndaquil, and I ain't gonna lie, Cyndaquil tortured. Now I personally would say this is very, very, very Mickey, cause that is not a normal type, but that ain't my role no more. Next up was Clefairy, whose whole gimmick was Metronome, an RNG move that could be anything from tackle to roar of time. So I'm wondering what sort of insane attack she about to pull out the Duffy. Surf, earthquake, rock slide.
A splash attack?
Yo, Mickey, yo ass better be listening with them big ass ears you got. This shit is getting
Gang, we letting anybody be gym leader nowadays.
Cyndaquil then scared Clefairy off, causing Whitney to send her back. Not even on some pivot shit. She ain't allowed to sub, so Clefairy effectively fainted. But as we know, the first two mons are just filled. Whitney proceeded to send out the ace we all know her for.
Holy cow!
Holy cow was right. This Miltank had one thing and one thing only in her arsenal. Rollout.
Ah, man, this goddamn Pokemon, bro. Like, I remember playing Jolo. Like, I remember playing Heart Gold. Yeah, I remember this. Wait, she wasn't. Wait, when was it Heart Gold, right? Gang, I don't even remember. Not even the point. The point is, gang, I remember playing this and every single time it's a shitty ass rollout move. And it's not like I didn't have any strong fighting type, bro. I didn't even remember having like a Heracross yet, so I couldn't do shit. Like, it took me 5 tries. It took me 5 tries just to beat this goddamn Miltank. It took me like 5 tries and like thousands of dollars in potions to beat this shit.
Ultimate snowball attack where every time it lands, it just does more and more damage. I mean, this shit just slammed Cyndaquil with the type advantage, and it's like, damn, this really might get sticky. Totodile was sent out next, but this cow was already too buffed. That shit had Totodile seeing stars. So naturally, Ash turned back to his get out of jail free card like, hi bruh, this is all you, Pikachu.
And then Pikachu got folded.
This is all him for show. With your dumbass. Palatown's finest, ladies and gentlemen. Haha, GG Ash. Well, I guess the G wasn't that G for you, but win some, you lose some. Let me know if you want a rematch. Toodles. Ooh, I want to snap these damn Pokeballs in half. Ash took a more depressed approach. There's no point in rematching. Ash, there's no chance. Golly, bruh, is y'all good? It really be your own too. This what one Miltank does to a man. You might as well go lactose intolerant after that shit. So after Ash heads to the Pokemon Center to pick up his healed mods, Whitney walks in and does one of the slickest forms of BM I'd never seen. She takes the gang to her dairy farm and offers them and their Pokemon milk to replenish their strength. Now, Weezy, how's that BM? She's just being nice. Nah, fuck that. You and your Pokemon just got daddied by this milk tank, or mommy, I guess, whatever the fuck. Anyways, and now you're drinking her milk to heal up? What happened to a trainer's pride, bruh? Look how happy they are. Now, I normally just want to...
These little niggas had no shame. No shame. You're drinking the milk of the same cow that whooped your asses? Like, I don't know. If I was ever a Pokemon gang, I would never let that shit slide, bro. No. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I'll have to get my get back by any means. Any means in the world, bro. I had to get my get back, bro. There's no way I could let that go. No way.
Skip to the point where they get back to the gym to battle, but unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, I literally cannot do that because that never happens. Because instead, after Ash gets protected by Whitney and her Miltank from Team Rocket, he damn near gets on his knees and begs to extend his stay on the farm to learn all about Miltanks. He brushed them, he milked them, he got bodied by them, he even watched Whitney train with them. What in the fucking insider info, bruh? This ain't cheating? So Team Rocket must have been extra hungry this episode because they spin back in the barrel, steal Pikachu and Miltank, and start rolling towards the rest of them. Ash then has the bright idea of water gunning ditches in the ground, causing the barrel to mess up its momentum and eventually stop dead in its tracks. So this works and they get rid of Team Rocket. But this strategy he had inspired him to ask Whitney for a practice, and listen to me as I say this, unofficial match. Again, what is this, bro? We just get practice matches against our literal opponent till you get it right? Zero fucking stakes.
So.
Now obviously I got a few issues with this, but to make matters worse, upon applying his little water ditch bullshit he got from Team Rocket on Whitney's Miltank in a rollout, Ash ended up winning. Except it's not even like he just used Totodile. That man used Cyndaquil to get some initial damage in. That man got packed. Totodile dug the ditches. That man got packed. And Pikachu hid in the ditch, did this WWE shit, and then barely KO'd the Miltank. So 3v1, but hey, you know what? At least it's unofficial, right? Right?
It's the plane badge.
Get the fuck out of here, bruh. So, lost the first...
How? So he can get his ass beat. Train with you. Learn your secrets. And then you just let him get the badge. Man, this nigga can't win shit right, bro. I swear. What's the screen keep turning?
Considered requirement. Got free field to learn everything about his opponent. Won off an unofficial rematch. Drank the milk. Decently creative strategy, though. I'm gonna give him a 2 only because the strategy was decent. Nah, actually, where the fuck was Heracross's honey-eating ass during all of this? Yeah, fuck that, bro.
Yeah, where was Heracross? Wait, where was Heracross in all this? Wait. Like, what? Couldn't they, when they did the rollout thing, right? When the Miltank did the rollout thing, why couldn't you get Heracross to use his horn and just flip the Miltank up? Like, where was Heracross? That could have won the first time, gang. What? Man.
1 out of 10. Mickey, talk to me.
Oh boy, Ash! Beating Whitney by just using the battlefield instead of out-battling that Miltank head-on? Ha-ha! That strategy was clever, but it wasn't a clean win. This one's got Mickey Mouse written all over it. Head to the clubhouse.
Facts. Yeah, he ghosted against Whitney, but not nearly as much as... Now, all the background you need about Morty is that he's a ghost specialist, he's a teacher, and his Gengar Shadow Ball is this powerful. So Ash walks in on his lecture and demands his battle. And I guess it's fuck the students because they get right to it. 3v3, standard rules, with only Ash being allowed to sub if he wants. Now, Ash's whole strategy for this battle is Noctowl's Foresight, which allows you to see ghost types and start to be able to use normal type attacks. I personally always make sure to take this shit off my Pokemon ASAP no Rocky, but W strategy. So the plan starts off blessed, you know, Noctowl comes in, reveals the Ghastly, subs out for Pikachu, and it was time to get busy.
then Pikachu got folded.
Okay, hold on. This might be as easy as I thought. Who came through?
Alright, hold
And
on.
it just
Yeah, something's wrong with Mike. Yeah, something's wrong with Mike. Yeah, something's wrong with Mike. Actually, we're good now.
took a bit of bobbing and weaving and a tackle to get the revenge kill. So now at one apiece, Haunter is sent out and Morty reveals one of his secret weapons. Remember how I said only Ash is allowed to sub out his mons? Well, guess what Haunter got?
Mean look, Haunter.
Mean look. So after trapping him here and explaining what this means, Haunter straight harassed Cyndaquil. Yo!
Whoa!
You say this type of shit comes in cycles, but I'm done. Needless to say, Cyndaquil got dealt with, leaving Ash only Noctowl to deal with not only Haunter, but also the final mystery Pokemon. Ooh, I wonder what it is.
I cough.
So shit starts off a little techy because Noctowl gets hit with Confusion, but then the tide was shifted so much so fast, y'all just gonna have to listen up. Haunter's about to use Nightshade to finish the job, right? But Ash says, fuck it, use Tackle. Noctowl listens and goes for it and gets hit with the point blank Nightshade, which allegedly was so strong that it broke him out of Confusion. A little sus, but listen. Brock then says,
Now Noctowl's looking stronger.
why the fuck would that be the case? But I digress, maybe he's just yapping.
How does he get hurt and get stronger? Actually, no, that makes sense. Wait, hold on. That doesn't make zero sense. Nigga, I watch anime, bro. That actually makes sense why he does get stronger. Alright, right there.
Except then, miraculously, Noctowl's eyebrows start glowing, which apparently means he learned Confusion.
I've never seen a Pokemon learn a new attack during a gym match.
Me neither, bruh. So this leaves Morty down to his...
You know, this is Ash Ketchum story, you know what I mean? Whatever say goes, gang. Like, Chuck, we're on Generation 2 and I've seen enough, bro. I've seen enough. There's like 1,000 ways that shit goes wrong nowadays. Like, they just pretty much, like, write their own rules at this point. They do whatever they want to do.
Last one, which is surprise. So Noctowl tries out this new Confusion, but that gimmick is dealt with by Shadow. Noctowl tries Foresight, but that gimmick is dealt with by an onslaught of Nightshades. But then Ash said fuck it and went, send Confusion throughout the whole arena. Yeah, this shit not even safe, bro. Whole gym leaving with CTE. So he got that going, hit him with that Foresight, and then one tackle attack sent that boy through the roof, then back down to the floor. Boom. Pretty standard shit, Noctowl masterclass, but the power buff was a little strange. But to be fair, Morty was hitting all type of ghost type attacks on normal type Noctowl. I'm gonna give it a slight 6. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but the shit was a little weird. Mickey, what you saying?
Hey, Ash! Against Morty! You stayed cool and outsmarted his spooky ghost types with some clever strategies. Ha ha! That win was definitely earned, pal. Stay out of the clubhouse.
Now, Chuck's an interesting character. When they pull up to the island that he's on, they catch the man sparring with Machoke. I ain't gonna lie, he was bugging. He's a lunatic, but he's a warm-hearted lunatic, because after he got hit with a submission, my man burst into tears of joy, and even the Machoke started crying, because he got Machoked up. After Ash and them introduce themselves to him, Chuck invites them over to the dojo for a meal and a battle, which is like Netflix and chill for anime heroes. So this battle is a 2v2. It starts with Chuck's Poliwrath versus Ash's Pikachu. But after taking a few Thunderbolts and retaliating with a double slap, Pikachu gets folded. Now this shit slightly pissed me off as a kid. How the fuck you losing to a double slap? Ash holding him too like he just got out of the battle of his life. Come on, bro, stop it. You just got one shot by Jason.
Like, Pikachu, the writers clearly just be pick and choose when Pikachu can actually be strong. Like, it's either Pikachu's gonna pull up a all-time masterclass, or he's gonna lose to some bullshit so mind-numbing you're gonna forget that he's part of the main character team. You would thought he was just some random side character. Like, it's so frustrating because he's supposed to be the GOAT. Like, this Pikachu's supposed to be top tier, but yeah, it feels like he never truly is.
Flat at his dartboard, bro. Be fucking for real. Ash then sends out Bayleaf, which is bold because even though he got the type advantage on Poliwrath, he's gonna have to deal with Machoke after too. Bayleaf gets a cooking early with a Razor Leaf, followed up by a Vine Whip, which has Poliwrath dizzy. Chuck then tries to get Poliwrath to lock in, but one follow-up Body Slam and that boy was in the dirt. Oh my god, Poliwrath, you battled so well. Get a room. So Machoke's up next, and after Chuck does this weird shit over here to psych himself out, they get straight to it. Bayleaf is able to dodge Machoke's attacks at first, and eventually takes a hit from Karate Chop. Machoke then goes in for another attack, and Bayleaf grabs him with Vine Whip, putting them in a sort of tug-of-war scenario. Brock on the sideline suggests that Ash suddenly releases hella slack on the Vine Whip to make Machoke lose his footing. I'm thinking, damn, that's low-key smart, but Ash was like, nah, fuck that, I mustn't. That would be too pussy, Brock. Shit, man, each to their own. Bayleaf starts sliding towards Machoke, allowing him to get off his signature submission attack and launch him into the air. This is the same shit that had Chuck finish earlier, but these two are too locked in. Bayleaf goes for another Vine Whip in the air and hits him with his own makeshift submission. Once he's down for the count, Bayleaf then hits him with the body slam and a razor leaf combo, and that's all it took. Now, when I think Bayleaf, I do be thinking body slam, so it makes sense that it's this OP, but then I searched it up. Machoke is 155 pounds and Bayleaf is 35. That's like a lightweight MMA fighter getting slammed by a baby pig, bruh. But shit, like it was only 2v2. Ash ain't take no shortcuts. Pikachu disaster class, but Bayleaf master class. Chug was pretty cheeks though. 7 out of 10.
Most 80-year-old balls hang a bit. It basically says, listen here, young ball. If you can be my dugong in this battle right here, right now, I'll give you the badge on the spot.
And I'm like, here we go. This is what I like. Finally, some Mickey shit. Let's get it. Ash, who we using? Pikachu? Bayleaf?
I choose you!
Did this nigga just send out a ground type?
Like, it's again, like, it's stupid ass decisions this nigga be making, I swear.
What are you doing tonight?
Novocaine is now streaming on Paramount Plus.
I'm in.
How you like?
It's
My daughter who was visiting said, you can't live in your house anymore. There are too many stairs. I just saw this place, Coterie, and it's the perfect place for you. They have
You trash-ass YNs need to learn to leave me the fuck alone. And don't try chasing me after either, bitch.
So obviously he chases after him, and you know what they say, curiosity killed the cat, but in this case, curiosity got the trainer and the gym leader to fall off a cliff at the hands of Team Rocket. So after thinking they were about to die for like 0.1 seconds, Ash got his knocked out to save Price and used Totodale's water gun to cushion the fall all the way down to the bottom. But at what cost, bro? Your crop is dead. You already know Team Rocket was cheesed, like, nah, we killed them. This was your fault, knuckleheads. Now we'll never get the Twerps Pikachu. So Price was on his botanical magical shit and gave Totodile some of that good green. Shit had to be laced with something because my guy was tweaking. I can't lie, he mad cute with it though. I'm not gonna lie, my ass might need one for real. Meanwhile, we get Price's shot at giving us the scoop on why Unk is always so crabby.
Oh, well, you know, Price used to be as bright as a sunflower on a summer day, but now they call him Icy Price.
Now hold on, if all it took was being a dickhead for niggas to call me Icy Weezy, I'd be public enemy #1. Anyways, she continues to talk about a pilot's one that Price loved to death as he was growing up. They became a famous duo for having been undefeated. That is until they came across this trainer with a Magmar. And we know what time it is when a fire type meets an ice type. You ain't even gotta know Pokemon for that, bro. Just take a look at the glaciers. My son Price was so stressed about this oncoming fire blast that he dead jumped in front of the pilot swine and got both their asses sent to the ER. Come on, bro. I know it's super effective, but it's just a battle, gang. Imagine.
Wait, hold on, what the fuck?
Now hold on, if all it took was being a dickhead for niggas to call me Icy Weezy, I'd be public enemy #1. Anyways, she continues to talk about a pilot's one that Price loved to death as he was growing up. They became a famous duo for having been undefeated. That is until they came across this trainer with a Magmar. And we know what time it is when a fire type meets an ice type. You ain't even gotta know Pokemon for that, bro. Just take a look at the glaciers. My son Price was so stressed about this oncoming fire blast that he dead jumped in front of the pilot swine and got both their asses sent to the ER. Come on, bro. I know it's super effective, but it's just a battle, gang. Imagine, you just take a fire blast for your mom. Damn near took a bullet for your mans. Y'all both in the ER like, damn, we gotta spin back on that nigga. And your boy dead ups and leaves. Bro, the pilot swine left his ass in the cold. Had Price crying on his knees.
Yeah,
And that's when I
looking like that.
decided I'd never love a Pokemon again. Shit, with trauma like that, I'ma let it slide. As Ash and Price are looking for a way out of this ditch, they come across this icy looking room. They look around a bit and they find, oh, nah. Nah, but Pilot Swan was dead ass there chilling. No pun intended. Shut your bitch ass up. And Ash peeped that he had a little herb in his hands, and they came to the conclusion that the man went out to find this burn remedy and ended up in this sticky situation. That theory was enough for Price, and after some thawing and shocking, Pilot Swine came back. He was a little shaken up though, so Price had him use rest to heal back up. Not gonna lie, bro had rest this whole time. Y'all about 40 years late on this shit, but whatever works. But boom, now Gramps got his ace. Let's get to this battle. 2v2 on this icy ass arena. So Dugong is sent by Price, and I'm already thinking, okay, it's gotta be Pikachu this time, right?
Got me.
Ash looks at his type chart less than I looked at my readings, so he sent out Cyndaquil. So they go back and forth a little bit, but Dugong had the upper hand due to its ability to being able to go into the water. So Ash gets annoyed at this, right? So he sends Cyndaquil to chase after him. Price takes this opportunity to get Dugong to close in with Headbutt. Ash bides his time until he gets super close before hitting him with a Swift that knocked him off the water. Then following up with a Flamethrower. Don't ask me how, but this should actually work. One down, one to go, and out comes Piloswine. And very expectedly, Within a blizzard and a takedown, Cynical got knocked out cold before it knew what was happening. Shit was so cold that it turned the whole arena to ice. So now Ash goes ahead and sends out Pikachu, and the battle goes something like this. Pikachu tries to use agility, and he slips around the ice too much. Piloswine dog piles him a little bit before blizzard, and Ash tries to close in and thunder. And this is where I really deepen. These electric types ain't gonna do shit to this ground type. What the hell are we cooking? But hey, it's time for a certified Ash moment, and my guy basically asks Pikachu to bounce and slam into all of these pillars to dodge attacks before slipping underneath Piloswine to land a point blank thunder. Let's call a spade, bro. This shit is kind of violatory, and I'm still on your ass. How did this shit do damage? Price Loki feeling the pressure, and he has Piloswine heal up with rest. And I said, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, bro, this is kind of sad. Pikachu tries to come in for a second round, but Piloswine is just a little too dazed. He comes in for another Thunderbolt, but as Brock says gracefully,
It's not doing anything!
so Ash just continues to brute force it until eventually some ice cracks below Piloswine, causing him to get wet, and Pikachu took advantage to hit a super vulnerable Thunderbolt. But even then, my people, Piloswine just gives a battle roll and Fury attacks the Pikachu back. This shit gets so bad that Pikachu is literally in the red. But as Ash is about to instruct what's probably gonna be the last attack,
Hold it!
get the fuck out of here, bro.
What?
What happened? Why did he do this?
Piloswine has had enough.
You're lying. What the fuck are we talking about? Am I the only one tripping?
No way this counts as a true win.
He didn't even win!
Clubhouse bound. Ha ha!
That's why I always fuck with this nigga and the big ass ears he got, bro. This nigga can hear my thoughts and shit. Take with this what you will, bro. I'm gonna give this shit a fucking 0, bro. Let's get to the finale. So Claire is the gym leader and a dragon tamer.
He didn't even win. He didn't even fit the fight. It just said TKO. That Piloswine was literally, it hit a battle cry. It hit a battle cry. Get ready for the fade, ready for the smoke. And the nigga was like, yeah, we finished her. Like, come on, he was probably gonna win too, bro. What the hell? Hell no.
Research on Dratini at a lake. Ash introduces himself, she introduces herself, and Brock introduces himself.
Since everyone else calls me Brock, you can just call me your boyfriend.
Claire then dips talking about Dratini's great migration and some shit. Before they can process what's going on, this old head pulls up on some bullshit. Gramps, are you okay? I guess you could say I'm in one piece. Get it? Peace sign. Get it, guys? Gramps might be off his rocker, but he does have something cool in his possession. A dragon fang, which protecting is part of his job at the Blackthorn City Gym. Apparently, the fang belonged to an ancient dragon that the first ever gym leader defeated and has been passed down ever since through the ages. And today is apparently the purification ritual, which is a super big deal for every gym leader. The problem here is that Claire really don't give a damn because Dratini is shedding skin today and that needs more of her attention and protection. Clearly a lot is going on, so Ash concedes that it's probably a bad time for a gym battle and is willing to wait it out. As they're on this side mission, they find out that even Lance used to train at Blackthorn. So fast forwarding a bit, they run up this thing with Dratini, it then evolves, they then take care of Team Rocket, they do the purification ritual, and Claire finally agrees to battle. So let's get cooking. Claire sends out Kingdra and Ash sends out Pikachu. Pikachu hits a Thunderbolt, but Oma, it's not super effective, what happened? And Oma, he used Twister, what the fuck is this for nonsense?
How to use a dragon type attack.
Ash, why are we surprised? This is like the whole point. Anyways, Misty and Brock are like, hey bro, sub him out. This Kingdra different. And that's what bro did, and sent out Noctowl instead. A bit more of a neutral matchup. Noctowl used Confusion on Kingdra and managed to pull it out of the water before sending it packing. Look what Claire got Kingdra to. Seem familiar? That's right. There's an Ash Ketchum playbook now apparently, and niggas are catching on. So Ash continues to get whooped by Kingdra until eventually an alarm goes off. Reason being, Team Rocket have stolen the said Dragon Fang from earlier and now booking it out of here. This essentially halts the battle completely, and everyone starts putting their efforts towards chasing after them. Up ahead, Team Rocket end up finding themselves at the Dragon.
Like when it came to gym battles, I really wish Team Rocket got banned, bro. Like I wish Team Rocket was never there for any gym battles because all they did was fuck around with the plot. Like, they did nothing important, bro, I swear. I wish they were not here.
Land, which inhabits none other than this big-ass Dragonite. My favorite Pokemon, by the way. And Meowth has a stroke of genius to deal with the gang chasing after them.
Hey, Dragonite, a bunch of evil thieves are trying to take our precious Dragon Fang from us. Would you be so kind as to protect us?
And that big-ass dragon ate that shit up. And then, as expected, as soon as the heroes showed up, Dragonite started hyper-beaming them. Claire explains to them that this Dragonite happens to be the first Blackthorn City gym leader's mom. And then, I ain't gonna lie, a bunch of bullshit happens. Charizard pulls up with Liza. These three have a moment. Liza asks who won their battle, and Ash really had the shamelessness to say,
No one.
Yo ass was losing.
Yeah,
Dragonite gets his kindness taken advantage of and even feeds Team Rocket some delicious fruit. It turns out he brought them to the Dragon Shrine, which hosts the prayer flame, which has been burning for 500 years. Team Rocket sees this as a money potential, typical, and in the process fumble the goblet and light the whole sacred land on fire, which is just stupid enough for Dragonite to cut off his allegiance and turn on them. So much so that he starts chasing and terrorizing them until they eventually use a Wobbuffet Miracle and send that shit back. Afterwards, the gang pulls up and subdue Dragonite temporarily before Charizard and Dragonite hit a devious stare down. Shit, I can't blame them. Last time bro saw Dragonite, he got summoned.
Oh, yeah, right. Orange League shit, bro. Damn, I just realized we haven't seen Charizard fight Dragonite ever since then.
It continues his rampage.
Now we haven't seen him fight. You won't find out until like Universe.
Against the entire gang, and Charizard and Dragonite start just showing us pure cinema. Claire's Dragonair had to step in too, but hey, let's just say shit was still getting shiesty. Even look, when Ash instructs that signature broken ass seismic toss move, shit was not sweet. This nigga really 0-2 against Dragonites, brother. I am sick. I knew shit was getting tragic when the writers started cooking nonsense. Like, do you really mean to tell me the only option was for Dragonair to
Call in some thundercloud.
What move is that? What? Rain dance? Thunder? Claire, be more specific. No matter what these three did, nothing worked until finally his outrage ended. Yeah, man. Turns out all this terrorism was just because bro used outrage. But once he comes to and realizes the damage he's done, my guy starts tearing up. This is why he's my favorite, bro. Like, he a killer, but he really a softy on the inside, bro. I can really relate to bro. Like, tall, like a little cutie pie, but I really crash out on a nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't try and test me. Anyways, yeah.
Really, nigga? Really? Come on. We know who you are.
Yada yada, they lived happily ever after. Let's get this fucking rematch, man. So Kendra comes out and Ash opts for Snorlax this time. Don't ask me what he got, bro, but let's just go on this Kanto run. I didn't want to say it, but we all know this Johto team was buns. Stop it. But Snorlax is struggling against that water advantage. They end up just taking hella hits from Kendra, either eating them or dodging them until they got too tired. Then my guy walloped him with an ice punch. Shit, fair play. Next up is Gyarados. Snorlax and Gyarados trade some beams, but Snorlax ends up getting paralyzed by Dragon Breath and then destroyed by Hyper Beam. Shit, bro, this is the 8th battle, you feel me? So Pikachu is sent out in retaliation. Pikachu keeps dodging its bite attacks, but then Gyarados corners him and tries to Hydro Pump, but Ash decided to lock in and got Pikachu to agility on the Hydro Pump, then Thunderbolt the Gyarados. Wait, have I seen this shit before? Nah, this Ash playbook is deeper than I thought. Alright, so Dragonair is sent out next,
Ash
and
really got the playbook,
Pikachu's Thunderbolts, Hyper Beams Pikachu point blank, and leaves a smack. All revenge kills in this anime really need to be studied. That shit is a knockout every single time. But now this sets the stage for the final matchup. The final showdown separating Ash and his final badge. Charizard versus Dragonair. Charizard flamethrowers and Dragonair dodges underwater before sending a Dragon Rage. That shit hits the ground. Beam clash with Flamethrower. As Dragonair hides underwater, Ash gets Charizard to fire spin the water to evaporate all of it. Thinking he's exposed, Charizard flamethrowers the Dragonair before being guarded by Safeguard. These guys end up having a super intricate battle, weaving, countering, blocking, until the final climax. Dragonair, Dragon Tail. Charizard grabs it and goes for the seismic toss. Dragonair counters the counter by Dragon Raging the flight pattern. Charizard then counters that by putting a layer of fire spin over top of that. At this point, I don't really know the logistics of who takes the damage here, but Ash says fuck it and gets him to slam into the ground. And G fucking G. All wrapped up, the man gets his gym badge. Took 2 tries, impressive battle performance though. Straight Kanto in this gym, but I'm just happy he got his 8th. You know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10. Any last words, Mickey?
No Mickey Mouse business here. Ash earns that badge fair and square. Don't forget to help Wheezy out by liking the vid and subscribing. Until next time, so long, folks.
I hate a privilege rapper who don't even know what it takes.
WV.
Diamonds